Hey guys, it's Nick from Aussie Money Man. Make sure to smack a like on this video and also check out the blog down below. So pretty much in this video what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going through 3 saving tips. So these are basically the 3 most important ones as far as I'm concerned. 2 of them are quite unheard of as far as I'm concerned, so they won't be things that you'll get in conventional saving tips. And then there's one that basically sums up what most of the conventional saving tips are. They're normally a whole list of these things. I've kind of just put it all together in one. I'm about efficiency, so it's quicker. If you want an exhaustive list, feel free to comment that. I'll probably write a blog post on that. But this video is basically just going to be 3 important saving tips, particularly in Australia. Again, my YouTube channel, my blog, the whole point of it is kind of to bridge the gap of knowledge and videos on Australian finance and entrepreneurship, because there is a limit there. You know, there'll be a lot of stuff in the United States using their tax system and their benefits and their, I guess, equivalent to Medicare, Obamacare, if that's what they have still. And things like that. So this is Australian focus, Australian saving tips. Let's jump in. Alright guys, we'll start with the real simple one, the one that everyone will say instead turn it into a list of 300 things. I've kind of summarized it, and that is to shop around. So this seems simple, but a lot of people don't do it, and this applies to a lot of things that people don't think of. So, you know, yes, groceries, I use an example in my blog where going to Aldi can save you up to 60% compared to something like Coles, Woolworths or IGA, which is actually the highest priced store there is, grocery store there is, so even higher than Coles and Woolworths. So that's just a huge difference. You think 60% each week if you go shopping once a week, you know, even just over a couple of months, that's a massive saving. That over years, it's phenomenal. So this applies to everything, even down to your bank account. So there's so many bank accounts out there that don't charge any fees. Credit cards, same thing. Shop around. Clothes, look for sales. Buy 2 for 1, take 1 back if you're that scammy and get it for free. I've heard that's something some people do. You don't have to go to that extreme, but the point is shop around. Don't go to YD instead of Connor. They actually have the same stock, just that type of thing. So you're looking around, you're shopping around for your electricity and water, you're shopping around for your phone bill, you're shopping around for your internet bill. The common thing said, some of this you even see on the news, but it's all together, it's being aware, you know, before you buy things, looking around, asking for a better deal if you're buying something reasonably expensive, and even just asking for them to chuck something in there rather than take down the price. Number 2. Alright, so this one is a bit out of the ordinary, I guess, but it's something that I do, and it's something I think is quite significant. In fact, all of these things are things that I do. As I've said, these are things that I've tried in Australia, you know, as a young Australian, and they work, and as someone who's been on quite a low wage and someone on a higher wage. So this works for everyone. So number 2 is to take advantage of government initiatives and incentives for saving, and even just putting money into a super. So pretty much when you're putting money into your super, you're saving for your retirement or even for a house due to the first home buyer scheme. If you don't know about that, feel free to comment and ask, or jump on my blog. I've written about that there as well. So there's a lot of information on that out there, I'm sure. So, you know, even saving for a house, the government, they help you in multiple ways. They have at least 3 schemes for that. So it's the type of thing that I think being aware of is really important. There's actually this other scheme that I've been involved in myself, which is fantastic. So pretty much it's actually by a private organisation. So guys, a big one, and I'm sure they have these for all states, but particularly for people in New South Wales, if you go to the New South Wales RMS cost of living scheme, they have over 50, I believe, incentives there, and some of them are huge savings. So just looking at things like that, you know, if you're a young person studying, or even someone over 25 studying, you're an apprentice or anything of such, you can often get rental allowance if you're living away from home. You can often get some sort of youth allowance. You can often get a healthcare card. You can often get concession for public transport. If you're someone who uses tolls a lot, there's toll reliefs. Just knowing about these things can make a huge difference. There's actually even a private organisation that helps you save. I'll put the link down below. It's also again in my blog post. Pretty much they will match your savings up to $500. You put in $1, and now put in $1 up to $500, which is, you know, that's amazing. So if you're someone who's just starting saving, having trouble saving, they will help you do that, and you're getting money while you're doing it. So if anything, it's a great return on investment, and you're developing a skill at the same time if you're not someone who's used to saving or is having trouble saving due to your circumstances. So guys, another one I mentioned earlier was with the super. So the government has 2 different schemes there. One's the co-contribution scheme, and the other one's the low tax offset scheme. I will link that down below, and again, it's in the blog saying that, but the blog's there. It's got a lot more information. It's a lot easier than just me speaking it and you trying to absorb it, but I'll put it in the description, so do check that out. Chuck us a like there as well if you could. Comment any questions you have. I love interacting. So pretty much what happens there is if you're someone who makes below a certain amount a year, they will put up to $500 into your super for you. Again, that can go towards a house or your retirement or both. I guess they kind of interconnect there. If you're someone as a young person, saving for a house is quite difficult in Australia at the moment, especially if you're someone from one of the big cities such as Sydney. And the other one is for almost anyone. Basically, they'll put in another $500 depending on how much you put in. So that could be $1,000 a year you get from the government, and you don't do anything but put some of the money that you'd be putting away anyway, hopefully, but just into your super, so just towards getting a house perhaps, or retirement if you're someone who looks that far ahead. So it's free money basically, guys, and you just take advantage of it. It's out there to help, so if you know about it, you can take advantage of it, and if you're not lazy, you will take advantage of it. My message is just to get it out there. Whether or not you do it is your prerogative. And the other thing I've seen is there's also a bunch of savings on electricity and water bills, and again just other cost of living things, all the way down to leisure and sport actually, and health, which I did briefly mention before with the healthcare card. So these are all things I've got linked. Do check them out. They're just important things, and always be looking out for them, because altogether you will save thousands a year. It's already 1,000 with the super for some people, and all the way up. You go do all these things over a year, 2 years, 3 years, you'll be looking at phenomenal savings. Alright guys, and the last one is to simply automate your finances. So again, this one kind of incorporates a few things, a few different saving tips that you'll get. So what this allows you to do is the first thing it allows you to do is it allows you to negate the need to put in a lot of willpower and effort, because when you get your pay, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to spend it. It's going to be, you're not going to want to put away a huge chunk into another account. So the solution to that, and also what this means you'll be doing, is you'll be sticking to being called the Oracle of Oklahoma, Warren Buffett, someone who I refer to a lot regarding his financial advice. I think he's still the third richest man in the world at the moment, self-made. He says you should always spend what you have after saving, not save what you have after spending. So this method, which is automate your finances, by the way, what that means is basically you'll set it up. You can do this online or at your local branch. I've done it both ways. It's easy. So when you get your paycheck, a certain amount or percentage, if you're someone who has a varying income like myself, and that will go out straight away, and then you have the rest that you need to live off, and a bit obviously for leisure and such things like that. Just to basically what that does is it takes away that willpower. It means you're sticking to that kind of rule there, and you'll find that you'll have a lot less impulsive buying. So for example, a lot of people say get cash out because you'll be a lot less likely to spend, and that's true. Studies have shown you're a lot less likely to part with cash than you are to just swipe a card. That's been proven in many studies all over the world, and I think this has the same sort of effect. If you know you have a limited amount because you've got the other amount in a less accessible account, in a savings account, or whatever that may be, you're a lot less likely to spend, and it basically forces you to save. So it takes the willpower out of it, which is something that a lot of people need, and it helps a lot of people, even people that are good at saving. It just takes that extra decision out of your day. Alright guys, and finally I'd just like to say, as much as saving is important, I would always put it at number 2. So number 1 is to increase your income. So if you're interested in a video about that, do comment down below. I've written an article on that. Actually, I think I've written multiple articles on that, so I'll link them down below as well. Make sure you check that out. So basically, it is a balancing act, but as I've always said, as the experts have always said, and I've copied, I should say, there's a limit to how much you can save. You can't save all your money. You do have to live, at least from one of your sources. You have to be spending some of that money. However, there's no limit to your income. So the sky's the limit when it comes to your income. Your savings, you're going to get to a point, when you're extreme minimalist, and that's fine, and that's it. So you limit yourself. So while I think saving is important, it's always secondary. And the third thing I just like to say is make sure you invest. So saving's great if you're saving for a particular thing, but there's no point saving for the sake of saving. That's just delayed gratification. I mean, it's great, but it doesn't really do much. Invest that money. Again, I've written articles about investing. I talk about investing. If you have any questions, comment down below. If you want a video, comment down below. But just to summarize, guys, you want to shop around, for everything. So make sure you're shopping around. You want to make sure that you are taking advantage of any government or private, rarer, but they're there. I've got one that's linked down below, which is fantastic. It's a fantastic scheme. So always taking advantage of any benefits or anything like that you might be eligible for. And 3, make sure you automate your finances. So take away that willpower. Alright guys, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comments, queries, etc., down below, my website's got a contact section. Make sure you chuck us a like and subscribe if you like this video. Thank you.